The circular saw. One of the very first DIY tools that you'll purchase and one you'll use for the rest of your DIY life. But how do you know which one to buy? Today we're going to take a closer look at the two circular saws now available from HART, explain the differences, and help you make the right choice. So put on the rest of your tools, guys. It's time for a make or break. These two saws look very similar for a reason. They both do the exact same thing. But some of the layout capabilities and specs are different, and each one has a reason. Let's start with the most obvious, the size of the blade. This saw uses a 6.5-inch blade, and this one uses a 7.25 inch. Now you'd think that 3/4 inch difference wouldn't matter much, but it actually does. The 6.5 will cut up to 2 1/16 inch deep, while the 7.25 cuts up to 2 3/8 inch. Minor, sure, but it's when you tilt them into 45-degree angles that the 7.25 inch can do something the 6.5 can't: cut through a 2x4. Of course, more capacity typically means more weight. With the largest HART battery attached, that's the 4.0 amp hour, the 6.5 weighs in at 6 pounds 8 ounces, while the 7.25 is 8 pounds. That's almost exactly 1.5 pounds more, which may not sound like much, but you can feel the difference when you pick these guys up. Now, weight and capacity are normally the only real differences, but in HART's case, there are a few more notable changes. This 7.25 inch saw just came out this year and features their new brushless motor. Now, brushless motor doesn't require any maintenance, it's more powerful, it's more efficient, and that means that you'll get more runtime out of the same battery. After using both, my instincts would tell me to tell you to only buy the 7.25. But the truth is, we used the 6.5 for over a year here on Make or Break, putting it to work every single week. And never once did we find ourselves wishing it was more powerful. So while I'm now addicted to the 7.25 inch, the 6.5 is still very capable saw, and it cost a lot less. As I record this, the 7.25 is $128 for the bare tool, while the 6.5 is only $69. That's a crazy good deal. But there's one more thing that we haven't addressed. You may or may not have noticed that the blades are on opposite sides of the saw. The 6.5 is a traditional left side saw, while the new brushless 7.25 is on the right, sometimes called a Sidewinder. Now, I'm not going to get into the never-ending fight over which is best, but I'll tell you this, I'm right-handed, so my instincts are to grab the pistol grip with my right hand. But after using the Sidewinder setup, I was easily able to adapt and simply put my left hand on the trigger and driving the saw with my right hand on this front handle. So for me, both setups are easy to use. They just take a little bit of practice and getting used to. Now, whether you buy HART or another brand circular saw, the choice between 6.5 and 7.25 inch comes down to this. If you need the capacity and you can handle the extra bit of weight, you should probably get the 7.25. But if size and weight are a roadblock for you, a 6.5 can still do the vast majority of the job and get it done. Now, if you have any questions about either one of these saws or circular saws in general, just ask them below and I'll be happy to answer them for you. I want to thank HART for sending these two examples to us and for reminding us that we can build anything we can imagine if we do it with HART. All right, guys, break's over. Go make something.